Hey cats, what's happening? Checking out my garden. It's doing well. Tomatoes are getting up there. I like to try and control their growth by keeping them in the baskets so they grow up and not out on the ground. And look at this thing. I mean, this one here is almost up to my chest already. I got a couple different varieties here, and you know, some of the plants are smaller than others, but they're all doing really well. Zucchini, and yeah, I've already got some little zucchinis coming up there. I haven't seen any squash yet, and there's some little baby cucumbers over there, so we're looking good. We're looking real good. Yeah, I've imprisoned the snapdragons because the raccoons were getting in there and just digging them up. So I had to put a cage around them. It was the only way I could protect them. Man, the weather's really cooled down today. And this morning it was in the 50s when I woke up. It's getting closer to 70 degrees right now. But it's a good day for working outdoors. I spent the morning spraying Roundup on the driveway. I use Roundup Pro and mix it in a 2-gallon pump sprayer, and it takes me quite a while to get around the property and get all these weeds sprayed. I mean, otherwise the whole driveway would look like the lawn and I'd have to mow the driveway. One thing I will remind you about, if you ever plan to use Roundup, or like I use the Roundup Pro, it's a very dangerous chemical. You don't want to get it on your hands or your skin, and when you're spraying it, you want to make sure that it's not a aggressively windy day, because the drift can drift over onto your lawn and you'll wonder why all your grass is dead. So the best time to do it is in the morning when it's calm, you know, when you can spray it on the weeds and it just goes straight down on the weeds to kill them. And don't spray it up in the air where you're going to get it on you or breathe it, because it's nasty stuff. It'll get you cancer like right now. So you got to be really careful with it. Well, the next project that I have to do is mowing some grass. And I'm good at that. I spent the first part of my career in the parks mowing. In fact, I did a lot of mowing in the parks. It didn't take me long after I started there that the boss gave me an old Ford Workmaster and showed me how to drive that tractor. It's pretty easy, you know. Kind of almost on the antique level, though, compared to the tractors of today. So I picked that up, and then that mowed with what they call a woods mower that wasn't on a 3-point, because that tractor could only tow, and it had a tow behind woods mower, and that was a pretty cantankerous mower itself. And I mowed everything with that. Now, when I mowed the play fields, the boss was really particular about how I mowed those fields. They had to be done in a specific pattern, and to be done efficiently, time-wise, as well as being careful with the equipment too, because it was old equipment and it had to be taken care of. So when we would get out in the middle of these large play fields that were, oh my gosh, probably 50 times bigger than my yard, he was real particular about mowing exactly straight lines in a nice pattern. And then he was very particular about how, when you turn around at the end, to come back the other way to not only save time in your turnaround, but to make it easy on the equipment and less damage to the turf as well. So there was a lot to learn about mowing. I would start out in these big play fields and mow them, which is, at the time, it was a metro park. Right now, it's better known as Cuyahoga Valley National Park. And there are thousands of acres up there. And there was a lot of fields that had to be mowed. So I would start on a Monday, and I would mow for 8 hours a day from one play field to the next. And some of them weren't really what you would refer to as play fields. They were just kind of more fields. And some of them were mowed what they call successionally, which means you didn't mow them all the time. You let the wildflowers grow up and stuff. And then you went in and mowed it down maybe once or twice a year. So that would keep me busy. By the time I got to the last field, it was time to go back and start over again on the first play field. And that's what I did every day, day in and day out. I usually start out with my string trimmer and get around the trees and some of the tight areas that I can't get with the tractor. Then when I'm done with the string trimmer, I head to the push mower and I'll cut in some of the tight areas that I can probably get with the tractor, but you know, the tractor has the side chute that blows the grass, and I don't want to blow grass into my gravel driveway. So it's easier for me to do those tight areas with the push mower, and then I can get on the tractor and blow everything away from the driveway. Now you might say, hey Itchy, my yard is not really square, so how do I mow like perfectly straight lines? I'm going to show you right now. Let's fire up the tractor, and what I'm going to do is I am going to sight right down as straight as I can, and when somewhere over on the other side, I'm going to focus on a point that I'm going to head to, and I'm going to keep the front of the tractor aimed straight towards that point there, and that should give me a pretty straight line, huh? We'll see. Well, I don't know if you can see it or not, but that's a pretty straight line that I mowed there. So what I'm going to do is continue. I'll go down this side, I'll come back this side, and I'll just keep going back and forth, working my way out until I get the whole backyard mowed. Now, probably one of the more technical parts of mowing this yard is mowing around the pond. You see the slope here. It's a little creepy if you're on the tractor. And the edges can get pretty soft, so you kind of have to really know what you're doing. You get too close, you could end up in the drink. So usually the first lap around is the hardest because I try to get close to the shoreline as I can. But sometimes I can't get that close just because, you know, it's too slippery, too wet. It's pretty dry this afternoon, so I'm going to see what we can do. Well, the work around here can be all-consuming, and I could spend a good 8 hours to get everything done, but I got a pretty good jump on things today. I got the driveway sprayed with Roundup. I got some grass mowed back around the pond and even the backyard. The front will do another day. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. It can't always be about motorcycle rides and pleasure. It takes a lot of work to maintain 5.5 acres of property as nice as this, and I like to keep it looking nice. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video, and be sure to subscribe. Stick around. We'll have plenty more. Till next time, cats, take it easy. We'll catch you later.